Good morning. Happy Friday. Hope you guys are having a great morning and a great trading session. We are just rounding out some high impact news at 9 o'clock. So I'm not sure. Well, I can start trading now. It has been a decent morning so far. I've only taken 2 trades. One actually was invalid, so I had to hurry up and break even on it. It invalidated itself right when the bar was closing. And then the other trade was, I don't remember if I manually broke out. I don't freaking remember, but I do know that I missed one trade. I just sat out of this one because this is one of my new no clears. And because before I wouldn't take divergence at my middle or major level if it has a double top or double bottom middle, but I've been noticing that it usually will work out if there's a no clear, which this was a no clear. So I just need to see it happen a couple of more times before I feel 100% comfortable, because it hasn't set up that many times, and I just really started tracking this like the last Friday of June, so not a whole lot of data for it. But aside from that, it's been a pretty good morning so far. All right, no trade there. Good morning, Janelle. Good morning. You are first. Good morning, Rio. Good morning, Trenches. How's you guys' trading this morning? It hasn't really been horrible. I did have my charts froze earlier, so I kind of got a little screwed there. And it actually was when I was mashing, probably because I was mashing the break even button on the second trade that I took. When I realized it was invalid, I was hammering it to make sure that it went through. So it did end up going through, which was not a problem. But then it made my chart freeze, the one that I actually take trades on. It didn't make the ones that you guys see freeze, but it was like probably a whole minute where it was just sitting there frozen. So I was just like, oh. So I had to restart the program. So yeah, aside from that, I have not been having any issues. The data lag timer was a little high today. It's kind of been hovering around like 0.05 to 0.07 seconds, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're scalping, every little hundredth of a second actually does matter. 10th of a second, whatever. But that is 100th. So yeah, hopefully it goes back down to normal, but it hasn't really affected my entries just yet. So I won't be too bothered. Way less volatility than yesterday. The volume is still pretty decent though. I mean, we're already at 225,000, and volume has been so icky lately that like typically by the time I get off the charts, there's only maybe 250 to 300,000 volume by the time I get off the chart. So yesterday was like 550, which is a lot, and we're already at 225 for the day. So let's see how the rest of the session ends up working out. We'll see. The biggest thing is, since it's Friday, I cannot take any divergence trades at the session highs and lows. So that's the biggest thing I have to remember, because I almost took one of those this morning, but it actually ended up winning. But there would have been a higher chance of it not working out. Didn't want to take that one. It's too close to this level I would break even at, so it really made no sense in taking it. It was like 4 ticks away, and I wouldn't have even gotten filled until we hit the buy rotation level to pop it up, and I don't even think it popped up high enough still. Let's see. Oh yeah, it popped up straight to the entry and then dropped again. But because the entry wouldn't have been until it hit this level, I would have never even gotten into it anyway. I would have took the orders off. Interesting. I was gonna get into that sale if that bar closed, but we just created an outside bar instead. We might see a little bit of consolidation and resistance until we break 568, mainly because my two of my levels show it's a buy and one of the levels show it's a sell. So until that one turns, it could be a little bit of consolidation. Oh, it broke it down there. Okay. And 568 is where I have the yellow line right now. Good morning, Rob the Trader. How are you this morning? How's the session going for you? Is my... Oh, okay. I wanted to make sure my mic was moving. I want to play some music, but I don't know where my... Oh. Alright, so all the levels are now turned up for the uptrend. Battery low. Play a little music. Oh, why is that like that? That's ghetto. I'm sorry, guys. Alright, that's better. Double top, double bottom. This is a weak level after a new high. I was gonna say if we create another double top, we might be heading down, but we just broke through it. I have to wait for 2 reversals before I can start looking at trades again. New high, so I can't take divergence. And depending on how far it pulls back, I might not be able to take the buy either because we got a double bottom start. So I would need to pull back to my middle level in order to take that. Every time we break, we come back to create another weak level. That's week 2, so I can't take that either. Unless we... Nope. Oh, I actually shouldn't have moved that. Alright, that's now invalidated itself. I might be meeting my 65. Ooh, possibly another 2,000 from Janelle. Why is you on fire, girl? That is so inspiring. Congratulations. I love it. I love it. Claudine, hi, new novice trader looking to learn and make money. Well, Claudine, I'm not here to teach you very much. I'm more so here to just share my journey of developing my own strategy from scratch. However, eventually I will be putting out content to teach people about certain stuff. Like I'm trying to find my old journal so I can put out a video just showing how I used to intraday swing trade, which used to make me some really good money. And it worked on every instrument that I traded it on, which was a lot. So I will put out content regarding that. I know I've had people ask me to also put out content regarding Renkos because there's not a lot of content teaching people about Renkos, how to use them, how to figure out good settings and things like that. So I will be putting out content regarding that. The biggest thing for me right now is just focusing on finalizing my strategy because that's what's most important. And then after that, I can do all the other things that people want me to do. But the live streams are just sharing the prop firm journey and sharing the journey of developing and finalizing this strategy. Because once you find a strategy that works, not just works, but works well for you in regards to your personality, what time you have available to trade, because all strategies don't work well in all markets, then you're good to go. I feel like day trading is the best skill for you to learn because when you can learn it and you can master it, it's like printing money. You want to go on a vacation, go make you $1,000 in the market today, withdraw it at some point and pay for your vacation. That's how I see it. And the most important thing to remember is it takes time. You know, whether you only have an 8th grade education, a high school education, a college education, when you think about the number of years that it took you to get whatever level of education that you have, it took time, right? And for a lot of people, no matter how much education they have, it still does not get them very far in life, or it doesn't get them as far as they would want it to financially. So just remember that in the process of you mastering this skill, this is a lifelong skill that can pay you forever, and it can pay you more than any other career or job can. So take your time, don't rush it, and just understand that you only lose when you quit. Learn from me. I've quit so much over the last 10 years, which is why it's taken me so long to reach certain goals that I wanted to reach. I was starting to reach them when I was intraday swing trading, but it was taking up so much of my time that I was not reaching the goal in the way that I wanted to, because I felt like I'm wanting to master trading so I can buy my time back from corporate America. But if I'm spending just as many hours on the charts, or even more a lot of times, than I would at a job, well, then I'm failing because I'm not buying my freedom, my time freedom back. I might be buying the financial freedom aspect of it, but I care most about buying my time back. So that's why I've been so focused, no matter how long this has taken me, being so focused on developing this because basically I trade less than 12 hours a week, which is about the same amount of time as a typical nursing shift for me in my 12 years of being a nurse. So your girl got goals, okay? And she's gonna hit them. I'm just kind of waiting we've kind of been inching down a little bit. None of these have produced any setups for me, but we're either going to have to push up off of this zone and reject the attempt to change to a downtrend bias, or we're going to have to change to a downtrend bias. One of the two. One of the two is going to have to happen. This looks pretty ugly on a time-based chart. But yeah, you guys, basically so far I've only had, I know I missed the one trade. I think maybe 2 setups so far today, which is not a lot for me. Unless I just missed them because I wasn't paying attention. Because sometimes I genuinely, like when I'm going back and when I journal for the day, I always journal the trades that I actually take first. And then I will, and then I'll go through and I'll like slowly go through the charts from session open until the time that I stop. And I'll, you know, mark all the trades that I genuinely missed and ones that I set out of. And sometimes I'm just like, what was I looking at that time? Like that was a whole setup. What was I doing? So there are times where it happens. But I don't think that I missed anything. I really think it was just those few trades so far today, which is no problem. No problem at all. Thank you, Janelle. All right, let's see. What is, oh, I think that's the, all right, this is where the middle changed. All right, no trade there. Which, that was an invalid trade, but this is what I like to see. If it's invalid, I want to see that I wouldn't get filled anyway or that it loses. But there are some times where the invalid ones actually end up winning. But I think I've done a pretty good job of mitigating quite a few losses. Like to the point where I'm pretty sure in my TradeZella, it shows that I'm like negative, I don't know, maybe 7,000 or something with all of the trades. But then when I take out all the ones that are now invalid from me making adjustments over time, I'm pretty sure it's like positive almost 9,000 by now. So that's a pretty big swing. So the adjustments that I'm making, it's working. And like I said earlier this week, I think I'm all adjusted out at this point. I really don't think there's very much more I can do to perfect the strategy. I think at this point, it just is what it is, and the losses are the losses kind of thing. I do know that yesterday I did back test one particular component of, I think it was the very first trade that I took yesterday that lost. And I'm pretty sure I figured out what the pattern is for that particular one. So that's good. So I won't really have to worry about that one anymore. But it's crazy because it's only set up that exact way like 3 times and it lost, I think it, did it win one, lose one? No. I think it did lose 3 times. But I could only mitigate 2 of the 3 losses, which is fine. That is absolutely fine. All the other times that it's set up a particular way, which had a very high win rate. But essentially, because of the level that it did not break, I needed my entry bar to also be, it was a I can't take that. I needed the entry bar to actually, can I? I don't have any double top middle rows, do I? Nope. If this sets up, I'm not so sure about taking it, only because I don't know if I don't have any double bottom, double top middle rules for this regular divergence, but I do on my other types of divergence. So, and I don't know how many times it ever sets up like this with a double top middle. So I don't really know if I'm willing to chance that. Yes, I am. Why not? If it loses, it's fine. We talk about taking every trade. So who am I to go against my own rules? Okay, maybe I shouldn't have. I think I need a rule for it. I'm just gonna break even. If it goes in full wins, that's fine. Okay, wait, it's not fine, bitch. I only broke even because we started to reject at my middle level, my minor level, which almost always happens when I'm going into counter trend divergence. But so that I'm more comfortable with the double top middle of this particular divergence, I'm just going to back test it this weekend. Not back test it, but just go through the data that I have to make sure there's no specific rule that I need. Because when it's the alternate divergence where, like, let's say this was a higher low right here, and then we have a double top to a lower low, I need the volume of these swings to be a certain thing, and then I can take it. But I don't have that rule for that particular divergence, just regular divergence. So it probably does not matter, but it doesn't set up very often. I could tell you that now. So yeah, hopefully Applejack's is not here and she did not see that. She will stew in anger. But yeah, I mean, that was perfect too. What the hell? And why can't you guys see? This is probably, oh, because I have do not plot. Why is it like that? I don't know. All right. Oh. I didn't even realize my trades were not plotting after they were done. Oh my God, that was such a perfect buy too. I let the double top middle fuck me. It fucked my mind, guys. I'm sorry. I mean, that was great. What were you doing, girl? But I know that's the only reason why I questioned it, though. I didn't even really care that we were going back towards the zone because we didn't touch the top of the zone, so I was not worried about that at all. It was just that double top middle. It had me thinking I didn't know what I was doing, and I do. So that's 2 full wins that I've now set out of. But I'm telling you guys, I've seen the progress this week. We started Monday and Tuesday negative. Wednesday and Thursday we're break even. We're basically break even today. Now, even the 2 negative days should not have been negative, and yesterday's break even day should not have been as break even as it was. Neither should Mondays or Wednesdays, but that's okay. I am definitely seeing the progress. And the biggest thing at this point is just having confidence in the strategy. Now that I'm all adjusted out, there's really no reason for me to question anything. And at this point, just take every trade. And if I do lose, it's always something that I can kind of back test and look at later. Because most of the time, it's probably like that specific way that it's set up. There's probably a component that it does not like usually have attached to it that would contribute to the loss, basically. But let's see, we're above, so I can't take that. Now it's just a matter of if we're going to break this level, go into an uptrend, or if we're going to break back down and continue the downtrend. But if we continue the downtrend, I'll have to wait quite a bit in order for me to trade, because all the levels have to be back in order and they all have to be show that it's a sell, so, or a downtrend, whatever. You low-key, high-key should write a book on your life's journey, for real, for real. You want to know something, Janelle? First of all, I always be saying low-key, high-key, low-key. I say it 3 times. Or I say high-key, low-key, high-key. But you want to know, people have been telling me that for so long. Like, even when I was in network marketing, people used to tell me that. And one of my mentors was like, I want you to just start, like, writing certain stuff down, even if you have to do, like, you know, a speech to text type of thing, if you don't feel like typing it all up and things like that. And honestly, that's probably what I should have did, because my memory is so bad. Like, when I first got into psych, one of the things that I learned doing like long-term care was how much the brain changes when you've dealt with a lot of trauma, especially if you're somebody who've dealt with childhood trauma. Your body gets put into this certain level of fight or flight even when you don't know, and the extra cortisol levels actually changes the structure of your brain. And it's what causes a lot of people to have, like, people who have long-term or chronic depression and anxiety and things like that, is what causes a lot of memory issues with them. And that's my problem. So at this point, that's why I tell y'all sometimes, like, remind me of such and such, because my memory is really bad. So a lot of times I really only remember details of really, really happy moments in my life, or really, really sad moments that make me really angry, that kind of thing. Or if it's like milestones, I do remember milestone type things. But aside from that, don't ask me what I ate last Thursday. Don't know. But I think that I will one day. One day when I reach my goals, it'll be really nice to, like, do something like that, just to show people that, yeah, I'm a pretty poised person. You guys will see me kind of like go off on a tangent here and there, but I used to be like a really, really, I wouldn't say angry. I think it was more like sadness kind of thing when I was a lot younger, and it kind of turned into anger or whatever. But I've just learned so much, and I've gone through so much in life that a lot of things just don't matter. It does not bother me. To be honest with you, probably the one thing that can actually get a rise out of me in this moment in life is interactions with my dad. That's about it. Nothing else can really get a rise out of me at this point. But I'm working on that. I am. But life be lifing, okay? It does. And people need to know that. I mean, I get not putting your worst moments on the internet for strangers to consume, but I also feel like you have almost a moral duty of, when you reach certain levels and people are looking up to you and they aspire to be like you and they want to get to your level, I feel like you have a moral duty and responsibility to show people that, like, it's not all peaches. Because let's say I get to the point where I'm making consistent FU money, right? Whether it's from affiliate commissions, YouTube, trading, whatever it is, other businesses that I'll have, or real estate investing, whatever. I feel like it's important to still be like, yo, this road was not easy. Please. That's the first thing I'm gonna do, y'all. When I get my first payout and I make a video about it, is that'll probably be the video where not only do I talk about my trading journey overall, but I'll also talk about, like, how much I put into Apex when I purchased my first account, which I always tell you guys, I purchased my first account in May of 2022. I mean, I wasn't trading it like that for real, but still, you know, that was the first time I bought an account. I'll talk about some of the journeys, some of the things that I've gone through in my trading journey, getting scammed, helping send someone to jail for scamming me and scamming other people. It's been a lot. Okay, it's been a lot. But it's all gotten me here, and it's all going to get me where I want to be. So even though sometimes things might feel like it's not worth it at the time that you go through it, in the end it is. Not everything, not every experience is worth it, because sometimes you just like, I didn't have to go through that. You could have kept that. You could have kept that one out of my journey. But I'm just someone who could see the silver lining in things. I can see like how most things happen for a reason. I'm just that person. All right, are we gonna reject here, or are we gonna push for the session high first? All right, so and there's so many good trades that I'm missing out of because of these freaking session highs today. And it might be something where maybe when I go back and I look at the session highs on Fridays, no, I'm pretty sure there was a reason why I did this, because when I went through the data a while ago, it showed that it's just not. But I do know that lately there's been a couple of times where at least the alternate divergence has been working on Fridays on new highs. But I know previously it was not. So you guys know how I am. If it's a break even type of thing, I'd just rather not take it. If I'm going to win twice today, but then lose once the next 2 days, I'd rather no. Because it's all about what setups are going to give me consistent wins. I don't want the inconsistencies. I don't. All right, so I don't want this pullback here, because right now, good morning, Granny. Right now, this alternate divergence, so it's not alternate divergence, alternate pullback. It started with a lower low, then it's going to be a higher high to a higher low. I don't take those after a new session high, unless it pulls back to my middle level. If it does that, then we'll be fine, but not at the minor one. For whatever reason, they either don't work out, or I just didn't have enough data to be able to quantify it at the moment. And that skipped through, even though there was a little tiny pullback to the entry. I highly doubt I would have actually gotten filled anyway. So and that's in La La Land. Ended up being a weak level. I would have to break even, and I think there was even a zigzag change. But yeah, one of the other things that I'm gonna have to keep tracking. Maybe I'll track it for like another week, or if I have time this weekend, I'll actually just go back and go through like a month's worth of data and try to back test it. Is the trades where I'm pushing back towards the new session high or low, but it doesn't pull back far enough, like it's kind of in La La Land, whether there's a level attached to it or not. Right now I don't take those trades. I do have it written down that I want to track it though. That's like the one place on my cheat sheet where there is a question mark, because I feel like it does work out a lot of times. I just have to figure out if there's a consistent pattern where it does lose, where I can kind of mitigate that. And so far I have not been able to find it. I just know if I get into the trade like this one, and as the bar closes or at some point during the trade, the level turns weak, that I do need to break even at that point. But besides that, I don't really know if there's anything else. I don't know. Definitely put the biography on your bucket list. I will, Janelle, I will. We got about an hour left. Like I said, this session hasn't been horrible or anything. Is this not on always on top? It is. Why the hell does it keep disappearing? Maybe I'm doing it. Shit, I don't know. But you guys can see yours, right? Yeah. I'm gonna make the font a little bit bigger because I do know when I watched the replay one time, it was kind of hard to see the numbers. All right, I feel like that's pretty good. Even if you're on a cell phone, that should be pretty big. Can I center that? That drives me crazy. Label row text alignment. It says center, but it's definitely not in the center and it's driving me crazy. It's not centered, but whatever. And this is why I don't take counter trend divergence off of session highs and lows on Fridays, because Fridays just tend to be like such trending days that it never, when I tell y'all, it never works out. It just is so inconsistent because we just do this on Fridays. And it's weird because sometimes I'm not gonna lie, because Fridays are so trending, I have been thinking about like going back and back testing Fridays, just the regular pullbacks, to see like, okay, typically this is not something that I would take on a daily basis, but because we just trend on Fridays, is it okay to do? But I just don't want to be that person. I told you guys, like, I would rather not have to think too much about what day it is and all these different things. Like, I would just rather not. The only thing, like legit, the only rule that I have is no counter trend divergence at session highs and lows on Fridays. Besides that, I trade the exact same way no matter what day it is, no matter what news events are coming out. I trade the exact same way, and I would rather it stay like that. But Fridays are just so freaking trendy. It's legit insane. The whole rest of the week can be a choppy freaking mess. But on Friday, baby, on Friday, she's going to show you that chopware. It's literally insane. But see, the other problem is a lot of times my trades are going to be invalidated because, like, as far as the regular pullbacks, because I'm going back towards the session high, like here, right? It did not pull back far enough, which was already the problem. But there was 1.2 thousand volume in this swing and only like 400 in this one. So because we pushed too hard off of this compared to the last push, I wouldn't be able to take it anyway. And you can see I would have been stopped out to the tick just for it to push up. So yeah, and that's why I'm wanting to figure out, which, like I said, if I have time this weekend, I'll just look this weekend, because I don't think there's anything else I really need to back test this weekend. Like I said, I think I'm all adjusted out. But if I can just focus on knowing when I can and cannot trade regular pullbacks, going back towards a new session high or low, and it not pulling back to one of my half trends, If I can figure that part out, I think I'll be okay. A few losses here and there is fine, but if it's going to win the majority of the time, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. But for now, it's going to have to stay a question mark on my cheat sheet. So, all right. You know what I think is crazy? So yesterday with the dump, right? I was rewatching. I rewatched some of Nutty's replay, and then some of Alpine's replay, and it's so funny because initially in the beginning of the stream, Nutty said something like, "The market only goes higher." He said, "But today could be the day where we just drop." And Alpine said the same exact thing, and then the market dropped. It was just so hilarious because they both are typically kind of uptrend bias. Like they have a lot of like buy bias a lot. So it was just crazy that both of them are like, today could be the day. And then it was the day. Oh, one of the things that I did look at, like, I think 2 things yesterday. One of the things that I looked at, because we were so extended yesterday and we were trading near the support extension levels, we had like divergence trades that the previous reversal bar hit the extension level. And I was not taking those trades because I had a rule of not doing that. I'm taking that rule off, and I'm just going to stick to the rule of, like, if I'm trying to go for a buy and the previous bar reacted off of the major support level, like it right here, I'm not going to take those because that historically loses. When I created the other level, or the other rule with the extension levels, it was when there was something else going on with those particular setups. So it set up a few times yesterday, and I think it was 3 times maybe, and 2 of them were full wins and the other one was break even. And that's what made me like, okay, wait, let's go back and look at this. It does not need to be a thing. So I missed out on trades for legit no fucking reason yesterday, but at least I stuck to my rules, because there were a couple times where I was like, oh, I should just chance it. But I didn't want to do that because I knew that there was a reason why I created the rule in the first place. But I definitely can take that rule out. But I'm going to keep the rule for the major resistance and support, because like I told you guys before, with this indicator, the major support and resistance levels, which are the first ones from the middle pivot level, they create a zone between the middle pivot level and the first support and resistance level. So when I'm trying to take a buy to go back towards this support level, if the previous reversal bar hits it, I'm basically trying to push back towards the bottom of a zone, which obviously the bottom of a zone would be treated as resistance, right? So I'm going to keep that rule, but I'm going to go back to treating the extended support and resistance levels like I do the regular ones. So I think yesterday should have been like a 6 wins, 0 losses, and I think it's like 4 break evens or something. Instead, it was like a win, a loss, and 4 break evens. So I sat out of some stuff, but at least the ones I sat out of, I was supposed to. So, but the rules are invalidated now. I mean, it's just a grind higher. I just went from red to green on one of my PAs. I'm done with it. Look, walk away. In the week, green. The worst thing is ending the week on a red session. It's like, now I'm pissed the whole week. Walk away, trenches. The trolls was getting on Alpine's nerve early this morning. Block them. Somebody was saying how they respected the fact that Alpine doesn't block the trolls and like Nutty does. And it's like, why wouldn't you? Like, why do you spend your time on the internet consuming content of people that you do not like or you do not agree with? I was going back and forth with some guy yesterday in his stream that he ended up blocking because the guy was basically saying like he wanted Alpine to show his track record. I'm like, are you talking about one of the very few completely transparent live streamers? Like, are you for real? What track record are you looking for? So I was like, go back to all of his live streams, and I said you don't even have to watch them, just scroll to the end. He shows his live P&L at all times. And when I say completely transparent, there are people who will make recaps to tell you how the day went, but when I say completely transparent, I mean like he's showing his live P&L on all of the trades. He does not take trades off stream. And by off stream, I mean like he might, be done for the day and come back in the afternoon. That's not what I mean. What I mean is there are people who are taking trades on a second monitor that you cannot see, which does not mean that they're not transparent. So let me say that. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is in this instance, how can you want a track record from someone who shows their track record every day? He's like, no, I mean on a live broker. He's trading prop firms. Now, he did end up pulling up his broker statement from the short amount of time that he did trade on an AMP Futures account. But it's like, why does he need a year for that? He's not here to teach you anything. He's just sharing his journey. And he says something like his alleged payments or something. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Alleged? Just go to the Apex payouts list. Like, what are we talking about here? I'm so confused. And even when he showed his broker statement from AMP Futures, the guy still had a problem. He was like, no, I mean a year. Well, if he didn't trade the accounts for a year, how can you expect to get a year's worth of broker statements? I'm so confused. I just don't get it, y'all. I don't get it. I figured we were gonna break even. There was no zigzag in bar one, which is why I immediately set the break even. There was no zigzag change though, but I had a feeling because this was the old session high, and the POC didn't clear it, but I wasn't really worried about that. But because we were pushing back towards this high, I had a feeling that we would reject a little bit right there, and we did. But that's okay. That's okay. But yeah, that dude really irritated me. So then there was a guy that was talking in there whose name was ICT something. And there were people that were pointing out like, okay, well, because he said something like, to be honest, I understand where the trolls are coming from. He should just post 1 year of statements, something like that. And so people are like, ICT hasn't posted any broker anything. Like, he doesn't have a track record, yet you guys sit there and listen to him. He's like, well, he might not have a track. He said something like, he might not have a track record, but his strategies work or something. And then he said something about, ICT is not a trader. And I'm like, so because he's not a trader, he shouldn't have a track record? He's like, I'm not defending him. I never said he shouldn't have to have one. I'm like, well, you kind of did, though. When you say he's not a trader, it's almost like saying it's okay that he doesn't have a track record. To me, somebody who's just here sharing their journey like me, Alpine, Methodical Man, Husk, Trader, Nutty Bar, and whoever else, people who don't have anything to sell you, we shouldn't need a track record of shit. I'm not here to sell you anything. Why do I need a track record? I'm literally just here sharing my journey. That's it. But people who make money off of people, whether it's discords, paid discords, courses, whatever, you should need a track record. But aside from that, what? And you're asking this man, he made $300,000 this year. He shows his P&L live every day. He shows every day when his balance decreases because he got a payout. He's on the Apex payout list. What more of a track record do you want from the man? I'm so confuzzled. And let me tell y'all something. When my YouTube starts growing, after I start getting payouts and stuff, I wish a mofo would come up in here talking about show me your broker statement. Listen, you better go back. You ain't even got to look at any of my damn streams. Look at the title of every video and look at all the losses and the couple of profit days sprinkled in there. I've put my time in. Don't do that to me. Don't do that. Not around here, you won't. People just do too much. You got too much time on your hands. Go trade and leave these people alone. Just stupid. I don't get it. But he proved the dude wrong. And then another person was pissing him off because I think he said maybe he lost 10 accounts yesterday. I can't remember. But he hasn't lost accounts in a long, like not in that capacity in a long time since he stopped DCA trading or whatever. But the person, I think he got into a buy or something, and the guy must have said something about a sell, and he said it 3 times. And so then he's like, I said it 3 times. And Alpine's like, that's not what we do here. He's like, you're not new here. That's not what we do here. I was cracking up. He said, and you saying that you said it 3 times. Okay. Like, why can't y'all just consume the content, be happy in the community, share what you're doing, whether you green, red, if you in a sale, what level you looking for, whatever, and keep it moving. Stop telling people I told you so. It's so stupid to me. So dumb. So dumb. All right, so I'm a little bit negative on that account, but the other 2 are slightly positive. I'm still Monday and Tuesday, I'm still gonna continue doubling the contracts on that one follower account, which is what I've been doing today as well. Oh, that was that trade. Okay. One of the things I don't like when we grind higher like this is how, like, when we pull back, we're pulling back below the previous session high. So we broke it and pulled back below it. I don't like that at all, because it lets me know that the grind, like, it's a grind higher and not like a snappy push. Same thing happened here. We broke it and we resisted and pushed back below it. Because a lot of times I question if I need to break even there. It keeps changing on me. I wanted that buy, but the POC changed to the body and I did not want it in the body of the candle. And there would have, actually, I would still be in that trade. And there would have been the loss. That's why I have the rules that I have. Now this sale, I don't know if I would have been filled or not. 17, 18, 60, that would have been a break even anyway. Open 45. I don't know. This market is really testing me. I just want y'all to know. This is a new no clear that I'm trying out, but I don't really want to do it just yet. I need to see it happen a few more times. Or do I? I would break even on a zigzag change. Let's see how it works out. We would need to... yeah, let's just see how it works out. If it wins, I'll feel comfortable actually. Oh, no. It's invalid. Never mind. I didn't think that would be a pin bar, though. I don't understand why that was a pin bar. 51.50. I don't really know. Well, it invalidated itself anyway. But that's one of my newer, like, price rotated over the middle level but also touched the minor level, and normally when it does that I don't take it, but I've noticed since I started the like POC not clearing levels thing, I've noticed that when it rotates over the middle level, touches the minor level, as long as the POC doesn't clear the middle level, it works out, which it worked out this time, but it hit my minor level to create a pin bar, meaning that this is the pullback bar instead of the previous one, and I don't take trades when it's like that, so it's whatever. But I just started really tracking it because I wasn't taking those trades before, and then I kind of am wanting to do the same thing for the major level. I wanted to rotate on it and touch the middle level, but not clear the middle but not the major, and take it. Because a lot of times when those trades happen, it's a push. Because normally it kind of signals that the trend is about to change. So I've been in an uptrend bias. So when it happens at those two levels, the rotation, it typically is going to push the opposite way. Like from this entry up here, that one we've pushed down, wrong button, we've pushed down 66 ticks. And so actually what I'm hoping from doing that particular trade is to be able to, like, if it rotates over my middle level, to be able to stay in the trade until it hits the major one, and when it does the major level, staying in until we hit the trend bias, the trend bias change zone or whatever. But that's gonna come with time, because I literally just started tracking those this week. I wasn't tracking them before. I was just so focused on the point of control clearing whatever level I'm trading at, which was really important for making the strategy the way that it is now. But I just out of nowhere kind of noticed, like, yo, there's a lot of really good trades that I'm missing out of, and it looks like it's because I'm not taking it because the POC is not clearing. So when I started to track that, about 2 weeks ago now, I started noticing that I really was missing out on a significant number of trades. Like last week, Or was it the week before? Let me see. I think it was the week before last, or maybe it was last week. I don't remember. There was like 10 times where a no clear set up and they all won. Every single one. 10 times $86 per trade, $860 per account would have been missing, or was missing that week because I wasn't trading it yet. I don't know. I just feel like trading with the point of control has just, when I tell you, it has simplified things so much. So much. Only thing that sucks sometimes is like when it starts flipping back and forth and it either invalidates itself right as the bar is closing or validates itself right when the bar is closing. That part sucks. But I can only see the point of control anyway. I can't see all the other stuff. So with this particular bar profiler, I could put the actual profile on each bar, but I don't like the view of that. It drives me crazy. I can't see the way that I normally see things, so that's why I took it off. But I would be able to see like which parts of the bar are starting to build up, to show that the point of control might be changing, but I just don't like the view of it. Honestly, I can't take it. I can't. Let me see if I can, but I'm really, when I tell y'all I'm enjoying it so much. Now it's just about me getting out of my own way, because we've adjusted down. There's nothing more I can do. Sorry, my charts are gonna freeze for a moment. All right, so like this is the view that I see and I just basically have it where the white lines are the point of control in each bar. There's a purple line that you can't really see that well, but I only have that on. I don't pay attention to it. It's just so that it'll actually put the point of control in my data box. So it's really easy for me to see the number on it. But that's one of the views. And then the other view, again, chart is going to freeze, but I can't take trades right here right now anyway. So this is the other view, and this is the view I don't want to see. Now I could probably put it like next to the chart that I'm using, but this would probably be a little bit helpful because obviously I would be able to see when the POC is going to flip back and forth, because as the bar is painting, you know, if a certain part of the bar is starting to get fatter and it starts to go beyond the fatness of where the POC is at the moment, that's when it's flipping, basically. But at this point, I just look at the damn bar and I keep it moving. I just look and watch it flip. Oh, that has a while to go to be able to take buys again. Yeah, 5,600 on eval on the 20. Okay, you were at what, 4,500 yesterday? I feel like you said, right? So 1,100 made today. I feel like you said 45. Are you trading it any different than how you trade your PAs? Even if you're using like the same strategy, are you just like multiplying the contracts and just trading more contracts than you would on a 50K or something like that? Or are you still just trading like the same number of contracts and everything too? Why is this straw being done? Is there a hole in my straw? It can't be. Oh. Because the whole bottom of it is damn near open. This is one of those silicone straws where this is like my favorite, I'm not gonna lie. But you can open it up so that it's easy to clean, because straws are not easy to clean, so you can open them up. Best thing ever. Because I hate those little straw brushes. I feel like they're either never long enough or they just don't clean as well as just opening the dang on thing up. want to see it break 650, 750, close above it. All right. That way my levels were all buys again. This technically, that wouldn't be a double bottom. Be green and it'll be 2,500. Wondering if we're gonna reverse here. I don't like how the zigzag is messed up down here. It's kind of throwing me off a little bit. Alright, I'm glad I didn't take it. And not just that, this is what I was talking about like, and I'm probably gonna have to start treating this way. So besides this zigzag just throwing everything off, because it makes it look like this started with a lower low, but it really started with a higher low. And that but I can't tell if this would be considered a double bottom. If this was a double bottom, if this zigzag didn't mess up like that, I wouldn't take this trade. But the biggest problem is if I draw a line, because this previous high, you know, stood since a couple minutes ago, whatever, but it's a straight line, so we treat it as resistance. We pulled back far enough. That was not the problem. The POC was higher than this yellow line, which is where my middle level changed from a downtrend back to an uptrend to match the other two. But the POC did not clear this high, which is what I was worried about, and that's why I didn't take it. That plus I really think this would be considered a double bottom. It's close enough. I think usually as long as it's within 4 ticks, which it was, the low of this was 26.75 and this one was 27.75. So I feel like that would be considered a double bottom. But yeah, the POC not clearing this session high is why I felt like we were going to reject. Because you think about it, if in this bar, most of the volume of the bar is below it, that means that we're likely going to use this as resistance, which we did. So like I said, I'm glad I sat out of it. Again, sometimes it's hunch, but then also I have a hunch because I've been seeing this happen a little too much. So yeah, I'm glad I paid attention. I really don't want to end today negative. I would rather have 3 break-even days to end the week than a negative day. So, but the hunch was not based off of not wanting to be negative. So, but yeah, I really think that's considered a double bottom. Where's the last double bottom or double top I had? It's like I said, usually it's within 4 ticks. That one's 1. That was 1 tick. Of course, most of the double bottom, double tops today were literally 1 tick away from the previous high or low. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that would be a double bottom. I was thinking about buying a few 250Ks. Y'all is better than me, honey. Maybe one day I'll get 150K, but I don't think I'll go past 50. Maybe a 75 actually, because y'all have almost got me convinced with the 75s. Trader Bay had a bad issue where it froze, and a guy that I watched their trades would take part. Trader, his shit was froze a few minutes. Are you talking about at the end of yesterday's session? Because I saw a lot of people on different prop firms complaining about the same thing. I think they said it froze for like 5 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. I saw people complaining about it, of course, with Apex. They were complaining about it in one of the unofficial Facebook groups. And then I saw people on Twitter, X, whatever, that were saying that they had the same thing on other prop firms as well. I forgot the exact time, but I remember it was like for 5 minutes at the very end of the session yesterday or something like that. Hi, Hamza, my friend. Hi. How have you been? I've been watching some of your recaps. I have. Or replays. I try to skim through some of them. Like, all right, let me look at when they're taking trades, because it's no way I can watch like 8 hours of people's streams every day. But how have you been doing? Once I pass this one, I'll get 4 more. 4 more 250Ks. What's the, I know we talked about the profit threshold and stuff. What's the max payout? Let's see. 3,000. You feel like that's worth it? I guess my biggest problem with a lot of the bigger accounts is like, okay, so on a 50K, you can withdraw 2,000. On a 250K, you can withdraw 3,000. So you can get an extra $1,000 each payout cycle, extra $2,000 a month. No problem. But in order to reach the payout threshold, you need to earn an extra $4,000. So to reach an extra $4,000 each payout cycle, to only withdraw an extra 1,000, it just seems off to me. Oh, I didn't know you have to leave a safety net now if your account's in probation status. I don't think I've looked at this page in a minute. Then you would be required to leave the safety net amount in the account, and you can only request a withdrawal for amounts over and above the safety net balance amount. Oh, updated 1 day ago. What did you update a day ago? All right, hold on, let's see. All right, I'm not missing nothing. It says the How Do Payouts Work page was updated a day ago. Maybe that part, because I feel like everything else I've seen before. Alright. Still can't take the trade. We pushed too hard off of that buy rotation level up there, so I'm not worried about trading right now. We just gotta wait for a couple of reversals. We can move this up. Yeah, I feel like that must be the only thing they added. Sorry, you guys, I'm reading the FAQ to see what was updated a day ago. Yeah, I feel like that's the only thing that they added was the whole what happens when you're in probation, which it seems like a lot of people are in probation at the moment. Oh yeah, did you guys see that Nutty put out the video for the top 10 or the payout video for last month? And yeah, it showed, I think there was 900 more unique name payouts than it was the previous month. I feel like May was 4,000 or 4,100 or something, and then June was 5,000, and they paid out $10 million more. The previous 3 months were all 25 million, and then last month was 35 million. All right, we finally got. That's why my stupid self. I'm like, why do I not hear anything when my freaking bars are reversing? Well, duh, girl, you turn the alerts off. I usually turn the alerts off when I'm journaling. What was my last trade? $9.49. Everything was break evens today. Everything. That's why I do not need to miss trades. I really just missed it because I was kind of late getting on the charts, but that's why it's important for me to not miss trades, because only one of the trades that I would have taken two were full wins. I don't want that there. That definitely was widespread. Oh, absolutely. It's seeming like I can make 10K a month on these, so it doesn't matter. I feel you. Yeah, it was definitely widespread. It was definitely widespread. What is this? Oh, okay. I'm going to reply to this email. Wait, what do I got to reply? A $200 voucher for NinjaTrader. Simply reply to this email and then you get access to some indicator for free. Isn't this already a free indicator? I don't know, but whatever. I'm gonna reply because I want my $200. I ain't even in the market for any indicators, but I'll take it. Because why not? Because why not? All right. So did Apex not do anything about it? I like the larger drawdowns. Oh yeah, I forgot that you like the larger drawdowns because of the way that you trade, so it makes sense. It makes sense. 10 million more in less than a month. Yes. Yes. And that is why we talked about people's lack of common sense yesterday. Because why do you care about the 20 people online who said that they were denied? Are you okay? Are you paying attention? What is you doing? Let me see if I could go grab a screenshot real quick. Because the numbers don't lie. Oh, also he was talking about something really interesting. He was saying how, you know, people are saying on social media that they cannot talk about why they were denied, which I'm pretty sure I just read that in one of the FAQs that I just read as well. But Nutty said that when he reached out to Apex directly, Apex said that that's not a thing. So I'm a little confuzzled. Because it seems to be a thing based on your FAQ. But yeah. Let's see. Here are the numbers. Yep, so 4,100 unique names paid out in May. Jumped up 900 pretty much for June. Average payout per name 6,100, jumped up to 7,000, and you can see this is the craziest part. It's like you could see the times of hyper growth with him, right? So you went from like around $3 to $4 million. Then besides the 5 million here, that kind of threw things off, but you pretty much kind of doubled here. And then you doubled from October to November, kind of stayed around the same amount for a couple of months, and then went from 13 million to 25 million from February to March. The DCA stuff starts going on. People think that Apex is running out of money and they're doing this because they can't pay and all these other things. And there's been so many denials. There's no way that they're paying out the same amount they were paying out before. You got 3 months of 25 million after doubling. So to double from between, basically double in a 30-day time span and then stay there for 3 months is significant, especially when because obviously if they never started enforcing DCA, they would have paid out more than 25 million here, right? But then to go from 25 to 35, that is a huge, I don't even care about never seeing a double again, because the doubling here was a lot. And this is why I tell people that I think that part of the problems with Apex right now is just the hyper growth. You can see the hyper growth in the numbers. And unfortunately, sometimes companies don't have themselves set up for hypergrowth, whether it's because they don't think they'll ever get there, or they think that they have time to set up certain processes and put certain things in place. But when you reach this and you don't have things set up in place, no bueno. No bueno. Do I think that certain things should be handled differently? Yeah, but I mean, as someone who's had a business before, you have to kind of and it's not to be more understanding of the business versus the customer. I would never do that. I mean, obviously I'm a customer myself, right? But when you've had a business before, you get it, right? And it's not to make excuses for them in any way. I would never do that. I told y'all, I'm not defending no company that's not mine. I'm not. I'm not, because I don't know what you're doing on that back end. But it's like you have to kind of give them a little bit of grace. That's a lot. And if I'm not mistaken, there was 11,000 payouts, 5,000 unique names, but there was 11,000 payouts that were approved. So imagine what number of payouts there were total, because obviously people got denied, right? Some people got all denied. Some people only got 1 out of 10 denied, whatever. But that's a lot of accounts to manually review, you guys. And I don't know how big the payout team is. I know they're getting a lot of overtime because they talk about it all the time. And I know at some points, like especially when it's kind of down to the wire, they pull people from one department to help out with payouts and stuff. Like, it's a lot. But like I said in some of the streams earlier this week, like they have to figure out what parts they can automate without exposing their business to where they are paying out people who don't deserve it, who should not be paid out. Absolutely. You have to figure that part out. But until you figure that part out, there's just going to be people mad. And I understand like that Daryl said that the system is randomized as far as like who it picks for and in what order for them to review payouts. But no matter how randomized it is, whether it's randomized or not, it still does not make sense to me because I don't see the back end. It doesn't make sense to me how someone can be approved from July 3rd before someone that's approved on July 1st, because if it's randomized, is it not putting it in one big list? Or is it randomizing and throwing people into certain staff members lists? Like, I don't know how the back end part of it works. But also it could just be because, like John said in the video, after it is randomized like that, if you request it on the first, but there's just one little small thing that they feel like they need to look a little bit deeper into, you're going to be pushed off to the side. So it kind of just is what it is. But it would be nice to know, like, after it's randomized, then what? Then what? Because that will always be weird to me, that there are people who get approved after others who requested before them. But you have people that are like, what? Hold on. Oh yeah, you're doing too much. I don't like hypothetical situations. I forgot what I was talking about because that dude's hypothetical situation just threw me all the way off, and it really kind of just pissed me off. I felt like I was just reading a riddle. And I like riddles, but not his. I can't take buys right now. My levels are out of order. They're all green, so I can take buys, but I just need the middle level to push in front of the major level first, which it's not doing. Today's been such a weird day. Very weird. I think I'm gonna work out today. Actually, no. Well, it did rain. I doubt they're still gonna go to the pool. Let's see. My niece's birthday is tomorrow. My baby will be 5. And we're supposed to go to a pool today. We're gonna celebrate her birthday at a trampoline park tomorrow, I think. I think it's a trampoline park. I don't know. I'm just showing up. But she's going to the pool, and because I was on the phone with her and her mom, because her mom's birthday is the day after, And so she invited me to go to a pool party for her. And I was like, okay. So when we were talking about the pool, my niece was like, a pool? I said, yeah, but you're not invited. It's adults only. She was like, I want to go to the pool. So her mom was like, well, we're going to the pool on Friday, remember? And she was like, am I invited? I'm like, yeah, girls for you. She said, TT, can you come? I'm like, bro. Yes, baby, I will be there. I don't want to be outside of the pool 2 days in a row. I don't even like the pool like that. But I'm going to be there. I will be there. That's if it's still open. I mean, they got time to clean the pool, though, from all the rain and stuff. Because it stopped raining probably like an hour ago, and it doesn't look like it's supposed to rain again today. So, we'll see. We will see. We got 10 minutes left. I don't know if I'll get any trades, but we'll see. What does this look like on a does it say minute? Yeah, it does. It's actually not bad. It's just when I look at a time-based chart and I'm like, I didn't have any trades here. But I think this is when we were pushing the session highs though. And that's why I said like I have to figure out how to get that going. When I can figure that part out, I'll be more than good. More than good. Done for the day. Keeping profits. Good idea. Very good idea. How many accounts are you trading now, Janelle? This is the other problem. You can see this turned, this level here, because we broke the top of the zone but not the bottom. And so that's why you see a solid pink line up there for downside pressure, which causes a little bit of imbalance and can start the consolidation till we break the zone on either side. We either need to break that or break this down here, which I highly doubt either one of those happen in the next however many minutes I'm gonna be here. Oh. $38.50. This bar closes. Bro, I literally was waiting for that. When I tell y'all I wanted this bar to close down so bad. So bad. I would have gotten into a sell right there. Crap, man. Everything was setting up so perfect. I think it was like maybe 2 ticks away from closing. Something like that. 3 ticks away. I thought I had it. That was one of my rotations over the middle level to try to push this down. The The levels weren't really in the best order, but I don't know if that mattered. Maybe it did matter, and that's why I pushed up instead. Thought I was gonna get me one last one in before I got off. Can't take that. I want to go look at some real quick. What is, oh, that was last Friday. Okay, so last Friday was basically break even. Was it? Oh, no, okay. Alright, so negative, break even. The only shot I really have at taking another trade in the next 5 minutes is if we push high enough to create more volume in this swing than the previous one, and we reverse down from there. Still not enough volume here, even though there's more ticks in this swing than the previous one. It's not enough volume. And I don't really want it to reverse while this level is pink, which is what it looks like it's gonna freaking do. I want it to at least turn colors. Don't be a bitch. Don't do that. Go a little higher. But I don't want it to reach the session high. Then I'm screwed. Then I am screwed. I don't even know if... I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I'm gonna be mad at myself if this works out, but I don't really like taking trades there. Because the level really shouldn't be there. It broke on one side, not the other. Oh, well, it just invalidated itself anyway. Maybe for good reason. Most of the time when I'm like, I really don't want to do that, the PLC will move and I don't have to do it anyway. I don't even know if I like trading this one here, honestly. Do I really want to end up negative at the very end of the string? Probably not. I really don't like when these levels paint. But now we just broke it. I have to break even with a zigzag change anyway, so I guess I'll just take it. If it ends up negative, it ends up negative. As long as the POC stays above the green level, I'll take it, I guess. I just hate when it paints that freaking level because it breaks the bias change zone on one side but doesn't fully break it. Even though Applejack's is not here, I know she was stewing anger if I don't take it, so I'm just gonna take it. Let's see if it even goes. It's a lot of volume in this candle, 1200. But if the POC drops below this level, I'm not taking it. I'm gonna tell you that now. I'm gonna be so mad if this trade loses and I end up red today. Like hella pissed. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, there's so much buildup, and that's another reason why I'm gonna do it. Alright, we're gonna take the order off because I would break even at the session high anyway, and we didn't get filled. And there would be the break even right there. No harm, no foul. But y'all see the order was there. So Applejacks cannot stew in anger. At least I took it. Despite me not wanting to. Because I hate trading here. But I don't have any rules just yet of not doing it. Because it doesn't happen that often. But you can see we hit the session high and completely reversed. And it's 30 seconds to the end of the session, and no matter where this goes, I'm not going to be able to, well, that's a lie, but it's not going to happen in 30 seconds. So, all right, let's get the accounts together. So we have another break-even day, but you know what? I'll take it. At least it's a positive break-even day. I will take it. That is progress. I think, actually, I'll tell you guys. All right, so Monday I was negative 192 per account. Tuesday I was negative 202 per account, and then Wednesday was break even, negative 23 bucks per account, and then yesterday it was kind of all over the place. I actually had one account that was positive. I didn't even realize until I started journaling. It was like $6 in profit, but the other ones were negative $8 and negative $13. And then this is where we're at today. We do have one account that ended up red. The other two ended up slightly positive. So we have a positive break-even day, which is cool. All right, so going to the trade performance, I took 4 trades. I forgot I didn't get entered into that one. Took 4 trades, no wins, no losses, all break evens. One of the break evens did end up being I lost commissions on, but whatever. Yeah, so 4 break evens. It's cool. I don't feel bad about it. Like I said, I do know that I at least set out of 1 or 2 full wins, which I'm okay with. I mean, I'm not okay with sitting out of it because I shouldn't have sat out of it, but one of them I actually didn't sit out of. I missed it because I was a little late to the charts. I was a little discombobulated. But either way, I'm actually happy with the progress this week. I feel like I'm pretty sure Tuesday was when I had a lot of Monday and Tuesday. I did a lot of back testing actually, because I just was kind of fed up with not having certain rules just completely solidified. So yeah, it was after Tuesday because the date on this cheat sheet is Wednesday. So yeah, I mean, taking into account that Tuesday is when I did the heavy back testing and studying and solidifying things, and since then I've had 3 break-even days. I'm cool with that. Especially when, if I consider all the trades that I've sat out of, I shouldn't have been break even. I shouldn't have even been negative on Monday and Tuesday if I didn't sit out of so many trades. So I'm seeing the progress. Next week, it's just a matter of doubling contracts on this account for Monday and Tuesday, seeing if we can get back to the full drawdown. And that's really it. My focus is really just taking every trade, especially now, because at this point, my confidence level is really high. It's been continuing to grow as I make more adjustments and I have less losing days, or the losing days are not as massive as the previous week's losing days and things like that. It's been a couple of pretty bad ones sprinkled in there, but for the most part, my confidence is pretty high. Like I said, I only have one more question mark on my cheat sheet. So now there's no excuses. Like, we just got to take the damn trades. Okay. So that's the name of the game. But yeah, 4 POs. 4 PAs and 4 evals with Apex, 2 PAs with Top Step. Not bad. So 10 accounts altogether. Not bad, not bad. But yeah, you guys, so that's what it is. We're good here, and I look forward to next week. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and yeah, please like the video on your way out if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you're continuing to trade, be careful, end up green. We don't like red days, especially on Fridays, because then we'll be angry all weekend. But other than that, I will see you guys bright and early Monday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you guys Monday. Bye, guys.